Die Hard, aka it is a Christmas movie, fight me. And also, it might be the best action film ever made. Like, there's an argument for it. If Stallone had Rambo, and Arnold has the Terminator, then Bruce Willis has Die Hard. But why do we love it? Well, there's an old debate as to whether or not Die Hard is technically a Christmas movie, and the simple answer is kinda. I mean, granted, it doesn't have Santa, Rudolph, or elves, but I would argue that's maybe what makes it a good Christmas film. It's the setting. Spoiler alert, but Santa isn't real. Shocker, I know. I will now give you 5 seconds to come to grips with the new reality that we live in. That's enough. Die Hard, for lack of a better term, is realistic. And I mean as realistic as an action movie can be, but it tries to take place in our world. No BS miracle, no run-in by Santa or magic. It's a guy trying to survive and help people. And speaking of guys, John McClane is often cited as one of the best action heroes of all time, but why is that? Is he bulletproof? Super strength? Super intelligence? Nope. Goose egg. I would say it's a combo of him being witty while also being human. He's human enough to lose. He's funny and snarky at Hans.
Security guard?
Sorry, Hans, wrong guess. Would you like to go for double jeopardy where the scores can really change?
But he does not win every fight conclusively. He gets his ass kicked constantly. He either gets lucky or endures more than what the bad guy can throw at him, all while maintaining a sense of humor, but still holding on to his humanity.
Hit it again.
Hans, you motherfucker, you made your point, let him pull back!
Thank you, Mr. Cowboy. I'll take it under advisement. Hit it again.
As the movie goes on, we see him take damage from cuts and scrapes, to glass in his foot, to pure exhaustion. He's also smart without showing it too much to the audience. At the beginning, when Hans shows up, John doesn't rush in guns blazing. He gets out because he knows he's outgunned and outnumbered. He isn't trying to be a one-man soldier. He's just trying to get help. He tries to keep track of the terrorists while also making the most of his surroundings. At one point, when he's told to lay back, he says,
Call me Roy.
Well, listen up, Roy. If you think of anything else you think we need to know, don't be shy, okay? In the meantime, I want you to find a safe place to hold up and let us do our job, understand?
They're all yours, Al.
all he wants to do is survive. And actually, speaking of the hero, what's a hero without his villain? The Die Hard franchise has had a lot of villains, but you never forget your first. Well known now, but Hans Gruber was actually Alan Rickman's first on-screen performance, and he made it his own. A lot of villains are forgettable and fall into the background, but the movie plays it smart by giving Alan an ample amount of screen time. He's not a misunderstood good guy, he's a thief in a suit with a plan. The idea of being one man versus a group of terrorists isn't something new, but it's the way that they execute it that matters. There's humor, but there's also stakes and plenty of set pieces and one-liners. Everyone came to play, and I think this movie is only better for it because outside of Hans and John, we also have Holly Gennaro, Sergeant Al Powell, the sleazeball Richard Thorne, Deputy Dumbass Robinson, and so much more. These characters are memorable in their own right, but more importantly, we give them ample screen time. Don't get me wrong, this is definitely John McClane's show, but the supporting cast definitely plays a significant part. Lastly, this film works because of the great filmmaking involved. There are practical effects galore all over this movie. Don't get me wrong, I know they didn't actually drop Alan Rickman from 40 Stories in the Air, but I do think the fact that they could not rely on CGI meant that, during filming, they had to film realistic action sequences while trying to make everything look good. There is not a single moment of action in this movie that takes you out of it. Granted, you could argue that the CGI could have added more action, but I think the restraints of what can we do practically, that's the perfect lens to try and create a movie. The set pieces are generous and have that 80s style, while still trying to tell you that Nakatomi Plaza exists in the real world. Die Hard is a deceptively simple movie that has no real message other than survive at all costs. John isn't trying to save the world, he's trying to make up with his wife and see his kids. For me, Die Hard's going to be a 9 out of 10. It's a damn near perfect movie, and I could see it a million times. But what about you? What do you think of Die Hard? And why is Jake Peralta watching this so many times?
Ah, chills. Literal chills.
I'm sorry, I just got done watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's a great show. Also, P.S. not so fun fact, this review was supposed to be about Dear Santa, but I could not get past the cringe school stuff. I'm sorry. But yeah, that said, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Let us know down below. We'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll catch you all next time. We'll see everybody.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.